Hey, welcome back to A Moment to Move, and yeah, this class is going to be side body. We're going to try and work the whole body. You might find a little bit of side body, a little bit of balance, but overall maybe opening up hips just a little bit as well. So overall, I'm looking for that full body experience once again. So let's waste no time and let's warm up the wrists. We're just going to sit as we are, have hands to the ground, eyes to the elbows facing forward, and we're just gently going to rock forward and back. Nice and slowly, start breathing into your body. You can do some circles around the wrists. I always prefer semicircles than full circles. So just coming over and just shifting the weight into each wrist individually. And breathe. And we're just going to flick the fingers around so they're facing towards the knees. And we're just going to softly sit back. The palms of the hands can come up, that's perfectly fine. And again, you want to create that little pinch sensation in the mat. I hope you're finding this channel to your needs. If so, please recommend to friends, hit the subscribe button. Every little helps. And I'm trying to create as much well-rounded content as I can for each and every one of you. Come back onto your toes, give just a little shake of the wrists. If that's your first time you've got into them today, it is my first time, so I need a little bit more love. And we're going to meet in a downward facing dog when you're ready. So hips up and back, hands gently pushing into the ground. And again, we may want to pedal out the feet if this is your first down dog for the day. Bring that navel to the spine. You may want to shift the weight from one side to the other if you're still trying to warm up the wrists. And you can come to the outside of the right foot, inside of the left, stretching all the way through the left side body, sticking them hips up to the sky. And we're gently going to roll over to the other side. Or if you want to, you could stay in stillness and not do any of this, and that's perfectly fine as well. Everything is an option after all. From the downward facing dog, we're going to roll through the spine forward into that high plank position. So make sure the legs are engaged, the glutes are engaged, the shoulders aren't up by your ears, they're pulled down your back just a little bit. And you've got a gentle rounding of the upper spine where you're protracting the shoulder blades. And we're just going to breathe. Still just warming up. And again, you might want to shift back and forth on the toes. Make sure the eyes of the elbows are forward. Or you can stay in stillness, or even drop your knees to the ground, but keep in that same engagement throughout your body. The options are endless. Take an exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to roll to the outside edge of the right foot. We're going to start to shift some weight into the right hand, right foot. So you can stay here in your side plank, so 2 feet down. Or if you choose, you can stack your feet strong into the right hand, index finger and the thumb, push the hips up to the sky, coming into side plank. We'll take a breath. And on your exhale, we're gently going to roll back onto the toes. And then we're going to shift over to the left side, coming into forearm side plank. Again, same engagement, you can have 2 feet down if you choose, or you can stack the feet, hips up to the sky, glutes engaged, and then place your right hand down to the ground, roll back over on the tiptoes, side plank. So we're going to repeat this process a few more times. On your inhale, exhale, left forearm down to the ground. Keep pushing the right hand into the ground. You don't want to collapse into that shoulder. Extend up, forearm side plank. Glutes engaged, hips to the sky. Maybe you might have your forearm in at a 45-degree angle, or you can externally rotate the shoulder on your left side by having the arm running level with the outside of the mat. Roll over into that side plank. Try and keep your balance, your focus, hips up to the sky. Inhale. As we exhale, roll back onto the toes, down, forearm side plank. Now, by now we know what we're going, so do your thing and keep pushing into the ground, hips up to the sky, engaging the whole side body. You may want to extend the arm overhead, stretching out the opposite side. As we're doing so, I think this is forearm planks, forearm side planks. Arm up overhead, down to the ground, roll back, cushion into the hand, side plank, arm overhead, roll onto the toes, forearm side plank. Come up, create your balance, extend up overhead, creating length through the right side, push into that elbow on the left, bring that right hand down, pivot over, forearm side plank on your hand, lift the left leg up to the sky, bring the knee into the chest, gaze to the top of the mat, step your left foot there, and we're going to pop up into your warrior three, so create a solid foundation with that left foot, float the right leg up, create that foundation, and again, bring your hands to the heart, out wide, behind you like aeroplane wings. And we're going to keep the straight leg in the right leg. We're going to bring it through, extend up for a leg extension. Keep your balance, and again, we're going to pull the hip into the socket, extend it back, warrior three. You can either point the toes or flex the foot, completely your choice. Bring that right foot up and through. You want to keep the hips over and your torso over your hips the best you can. So you're probably going to find that you need to lean back a little bit more. And we're playing with balance here. So maybe don't listen to my voice too much, or maybe you need it. And just focus on one point in front of you. And we're just swinging our leg. Pull the shoulders onto the back body in warrior three. Torso nice and straight. Put the leg up as high as you can. Extend away. Keep that balance. I think this is 5. Lift it up as high as you can. Push into that left foot. You may want to have a bend as you go into your warrior three. You might want to try to keep it straight. 6. You might feel a little cramp in the right thigh, perfectly normal. Here's 7. Extend it back. Pulling forward, leg extension. Your calf may be talking to you on the left side. It's perfectly normal. Extend back to the warrior three. Lower the hands down to the ground. Step back into your downward facing dog. So nice simple flow, nice simple movements, I guess, in a way, so that we know where we're going. We're going to do the other side. So roll through the spine forward into your high plank. Keep nice and steady. Eyes of the elbows forward. And begin to pivot onto the left side, outer edges of your left feet on the mat. Stick your arm up to the sky, hips to the sky. Extend that left arm up overhead. And begin to pivot onto the toes. Look where you want to place your right hand, right forearm. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Stick hips to the sky. Forearm side plank. Again, you can place the elbow at a 45-degree angle, completely your decision, or you can have it running parallel. Keep the balance with the mat. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Take a nice inhale, Exhale. Inhale, arm overhead. Roll onto the toes. Forearm down. Forearm side plank. Arm overhead. Hand down. Roll onto the toes. Onto the outside of the left foot. Arm up to the sky. So it's quite hard to keep count as you're going through and talking at the same time, but I'm doing my best. And if I lose count, I'm extremely sorry. But I think this is 3. So we've got another 2 to go. Forearm side plank. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the ground away from you. You want to push down to rise up. Create stability and strength in the joints, especially that shoulder joint. You want to pull the shoulders down the spine. Roll to the outside of the right foot. And I think we've got one more, you'll be pleased to know. Up, side plank. Arm overhead. Roll down. Forearm side plank. Arm up to the sky. You know what's coming up, so brace yourself for the forearm, for the hand, and for your balance. Again, you can have right leg up off the left, knee into the chest, gaze down at the left hand, and slowly step your foot there. Stand up to solid foundation in the right leg. You're going to pop that back leg up, floating up into your warrior 3. You can have your toes flexed or pointed, your choice. And we're going to pull that left hip up and in, extending the left leg out in front of you. And rolling back nice and slow into our warrior 3. Again, you can have that right leg straight. Slight bend, completely your choice. Hands and the gaze wherever you need them to stay focused and balanced. And it is a little bit of a challenge with the balance, so just remember, if you do fall out of it, it's perfectly fine, happens to everyone. And just come back to where you were. Don't get too frustrated with yourself. Smile. It's all just fun. It's all just movement at the end of the day. And if you're doing this in the comfort of your home, no one else knows but you, so it's not that bad. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. We'll go for 2 more. Because I believe that's 5. Extend away from you. 6. Last one, extend back. 7. Is forward. And I'm sorry, we're going back one more time. Extend back. Fold over your front leg. Place your hands to the ground. Now we're going to step that left foot back, right foot back into the high plank. We're going to shift forward, come down halfway into our low plank. Squeeze the glutes, make sure everything's engaged, gently grip the mat. And we're going to pull the chest through. Might want to widen the feet for upward facing dog. And get ready, come up onto the toes, stay on the tops of your feet, shift the weight forward for low plank. Pull through. Up dog, squeeze the glutes, shift forward, low plank. Pull forward, up dog, low plank. Up dog on your inhale, exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog, push the ground away from you. Inhale, low plank, and pull your chest through, upward facing dog, shoulders down the back. Squeeze the glutes, roll back into your downward facing dog. We're going to raise that right leg up, step to the outside of your right hand, coming into a nice, well-deserved lizard lunge. You can place the knee down on your left side, and you can just roll out that hip just a little bit. Make sure the toes are flexed and the knees tracking the same way as the feet. And again, you can also come up if you choose to and rock back and forth on your tiptoes. Whatever you choose to do is perfectly fine. And even if you want to, come down onto your elbows. Or, last option, is to reach up to the sky with the right hand, and then bring the right elbow in that little gap between the foot and the hand. I'll do 2 more of those, stretching out that side body at the same time, because we did a lot of that today. Whatever option you take, just embrace it. And breathe. Place the hands back down, coming into your lizard lunge, step the foot back, raise the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. I'm going to inhale that left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, step outside the left hand. And again, the same options as before. Choose which one you did on the one side, and then do this on the other. And I always find it's easier to have my heel on the mat and my foot slightly off the mat. If you don't have a mat, then I guess it's just a 45-degree angle to not overcomplicate things. And again, flex the toes, pull them back towards the knees. Take a few hip circles, knee down. And as I did the reaches to stretch the side body, I'm going to take that option again. As you do that, if you are doing the stretching on the side body, remember to not collapse into that right hand. Last one. From here, place the left hand down, and we're just simply going to step the right foot outside the right hand, coming into a squat. I'll turn around to face you. And we're just going to hang out here. We've opened up the hip flexors, obviously, with a lizard lunge, and we're just trying to bring the breath down, trying to come back to some equanimity. Bring the chest through, shoulders down the back. You may want to close down the eyes. And that's not exactly the most resting of resting poses, but it's very good for the body, very good for your ankle flexibility, good for your hip flexors. You might want to sway from left to right. You can take little bounces. Not here for too long. Just start breathing a little deeper. And from here, we're just simply going to place our hips down to the ground. Cross the legs. If you want to, you can lay down on your back, come into corpse pose for a couple of breaths, or as long as you need. As the channel suggests, it's just a moment to move, so we like to keep things a little bit quicker paced, moving through things and getting on with our day, because obviously time is of the essence. So we will take a few closing breaths though, so just close your eyes in whatever position you've chosen to take. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Another one of those, nice big inhale, pause at the top. Exhale, sigh it out. If you're in a Shavasana, corpse pose, stay there for as long as you like. Otherwise, for the rest of us, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the content. And yeah, please enjoy the rest of your day. Hit that subscribe button if you do like this. Thank you.